Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren, one of the NUCA chiropractors here at the Upper Cervical Chiropractic Group in Alexandria, Virginia. So I wanted to share some more information and review the best core exercises to help strengthen your core to help you find relief from pains or experiencing greater function as far as total body movement. So we have a lot of patients who come in and they may be experiencing low back pain, for instance. And they say, okay, well, I need to do some core strengthening exercises. And the first exercise that comes into their mind is crunches. And crunches is actually something when you have low back pain you want to avoid. There's a lot better abdominal and core strengthening exercises that you can do without the repeat flexion in the low back that those crunches require. So crunches really are an exercise that you want to stay away from. They're really not the best exercise to help strengthen your core. So what are some good exercises? Well, there's three different aspects of your core that a lot of people don't even realize. So you have your abdominals, which a lot of people know about, and that's what they think that's what your core is, but it's more than just that. Also in your core is your pelvic floor muscles as well as your diaphragm. So the three exercises I want to talk to you about today, one hits the abdominals, one hits the pelvic floor muscles, and one really works on those diaphragm muscles. So first, let's talk about the abdominals. So we already said that crunches aren't the ideal exercises to do. What you want to do is exercises that require you to keep your spine straight. That's really going to engage all these abdominals. So the best one is going to be a plank. So I'm sure that you've all heard about planks. It's that modified push-up position where you hold your spine in a straight alignment for 30 seconds, a minute, depending on how long and how hard you can work those abdominals. So really the best thing to do to start with planking is to start with 30 seconds and also to start with a modified plank, which means you start with your knees in that modified push-up position. So when you're on your forearms and you're on your knees, you want to keep that spine in that good alignment and hold for 30 seconds and then repeat that 30 times. And as that gets easier, you can make it harder by coming out onto your toes or hold it for longer. So you really want to see how many seconds or minutes you can hold that plank position for. So not only can you do the front planks, but you can also do the side planks, which will help hit those obliques. So again, planks are a really great exercise because they are forcing you to keep your spine straight, which is going to take as much stress off that spine as possible while also working those abdominal muscles. The next one that we want to talk about is the pelvic floor muscles. I'm sure most of you have heard about Kegels, and that's contracting those pelvic floor muscles. The way that you describe it is when you're going to the bathroom, you use those muscles like if you were to stop yourself from going to the bathroom. So you never want to do this when your bladder is full, so empty your bladder, but it's that same sensation. So that's really those muscles that you're working for. So what you would do is contract those muscles for 30 seconds and release. And you want to repeat that as many times throughout the day as possible. Honestly, they're looking at tens of hundreds of thousands of contractions to really build up those pelvic floor muscles, because the truth is that in a lot of people those muscles are really weak. Now by strengthening those core muscles, you may not only help improve, say, low back pain, but you also may help improve other aspects. So incontinence is another big thing as we age. As those pelvic floor muscles get weak, that can bring on those symptoms of incontinence. So doing those Kegels are really going to help strengthen up those pelvic floor, which is an important part of your core musculature. The last exercise to really take into consideration is diaphragmatic breathing. So a lot of people, when they take a deep breath in, all of these muscles are being recruited. So you can see how my chest really raised. And that's not what you want to do. All of these muscles in the neck are being recruited when you're chest breathing. And that's something that can cause an increased tightness and neck pain. So to help reduce that, what we want to focus on is just belly breathing. So when you take a deep breath in, let your belly expand up. You can really check yourself on this by lying flat on the floor and putting a tennis ball on your belly. So when you take a deep breath, really expand that belly out. You'll see that tennis ball come up. And then as you breathe out, you really also want to squeeze the abdominal muscles, which will help that diaphragm, will help force that air out of the lungs. And then you work the diaphragm with the inhale. So you can kind of work both parts of the core, both the abdominals and the diaphragm, with that simple exercise. So if low back pain is something that you've been dealing with, and neck pain, these couple of exercises can be great in helping reduce the stress off those muscles and strengthening up those core. But if it's something that maybe you've tried these exercises before and you're still dealing with that neck pain or low back pain, you might also want to consider chiropractic care. And as a NUCA chiropractor, I really specifically look at alignment of the spine, perform a gentle adjustment to remove that stress off the spine, and help you to feel less pain and just in general healthier overall. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, please feel free to give me a call. I'd love to talk to you more about chiropractic and see if it's something that could be a good fit for you.